Hey guys, you've joined us live on Moneycontrol. I'm Manisha Gupta, and the headlines clearly come in from the precious metal prices. While we have seen decline in equity markets, there is one asset class which has outperformed for the month of October and for 2023. That clearly comes in from precious metals. Well, we have seen geopolitical tensions and investment buying come in case of gold prices, and the prices have gained up by 5.5% in the month of October itself. What the street is watching right now is the third quarter GDP numbers from US that come in today, the US inflation data that comes in tomorrow, and the next week is the US monetary policy meeting. And ahead of that, we have seen investments in case of gold just about continue. And when you talk about investments, well, there are more reasons and more avenues now to get into, eBullion being one of them. Joining us now is Gautam Choksi. He is founding director at eBullion and executive director also at Hindustan Platinum. Gautam, hi. As always, good to see you. And eBullion is the first ever SIP that India would be looking at right now. First of all, what led you to launch that?
Yeah, Manisha, thanks for having me. So as you know, Hindustan Platinum is been a refiner largely operating in the B2B space. And, we thought there's no option currently for investors in India to invest in platinum and palladium. Sure, there are platforms for gold and silver, some digital platforms and ETFs, but there's been nothing really for platinum and palladium. With that in mind, we thought of launching an app and a website for investing in all four precious metals. And the idea was to democratize it for all of India. So we're not only catering to retail investors, but also to HNIs, family offices, and also the B2B segment. For example, an investor can invest with as little as 100 rupees, and we recently launched the SIP option as well, where you can put in money weekly or monthly, and also a gifting option, which is nice with a festive season coming up. So you could potentially give to anyone with a mobile number in the country. We're aware of the concerns people have with investing in precious metals. So what we've tried to do is, ensure transparency, where we're providing two-way prices and 24/7 liquidity. So even metals like platinum and palladium can be liquidated or sold or bought over the weekend, even when markets are not active. Another important feature is the security, right? So all the metal that we are offering is secured in a third-party vault and backed up by physical allocated metal. The vault is managed by a SEBI-registered vault manager, which gives more comfort to investors. Another one is, we're offering the investors, when they are buying or selling metals, the money is routed through an escrow account, which gives them an additional amount of comfort where, the money and their metals are safe at all times. Currently, there are a few digital platforms in India that offer gold, but for platinum and palladium, would be the first to market and offer this opportunity to investors in India. The other point is, the purity of the metal is, a long been concern of, investors. So we ensure that metal in the vault is only by London Good Delivery refiners, and it's physically there at all times. So that's a bit about eBullion and what our offering is in the market.
Absolutely. Gautam, there has been a big gap when it comes to investing in platinum, palladium. Even as we have seen very volatile prices, people always have been looking around for ways or options to invest into this and make use of this price move. So tell us some more about this. As you said, a minimum investment is 100 rupees. Can it be done, standalone in gold or silver or platinum? Are you also looking at a precious metal index going forward? How is this going to evolve?
So, certainly if you see the investment case for gold and silver, why do people invest in precious metals, right? It's largely for diversification, a hedge against inflation. These are the points that we know of. But precious metals is, stood the test of time. It's a hard asset. You actually own the metal and have physical, and you have title to it, right? Little known fact about things like platinum, right? I think just the way it's been positioned by banks and credit card companies, right? The price of gold is floating around $2,000 an ounce right now, whereas platinum is about 900, right? $910 or so. So it's less than half the price of gold currently. Whereas it's 30 times rarer in the Earth's crust as compared to gold. So another point is, for platinum is probably, the all-time high for platinum was north of $2,000. And again, as I said, it's trading at 900, where gold is within about 10% of its all-time highs. Right? Whereas the other point for platinum is it's not only used in jewelry, but has great industrial applications as well. All our cars, the gasoline or diesel cars use platinum PGMs, platinum, palladium, and rhodium in the catalytic converters. But looking at the hydrogen economy, which is, globally, at least more than $300 billion have been committed to be spent by 2030. Platinum and iridium are going to play a key role in this. So electrolyzers use platinum catalysts, and we're not even scratched the surface yet. So it's going to be literally, if the hydrogen economy takes off as it's expected to, we're expecting, a big jump in platinum prices from the current levels. And, if investors are looking at it from a long-term perspective, and it's a play on the hydrogen economy. If you're betting on hydrogen, platinum is probably a good investment.
Clearly that. Gautam, for the longest time, people in India, especially when you talk about investing or diversifying your portfolio, has meant buying gold and silver in physical markets. And then clearly you have more financial products now in gold, silver starting up. And with platinum and palladium, with you bringing it in now, that really, widens the horizon, if I can say that. But how would you say how much of precious metal should one be holding in their portfolio? And what space, what place, what percentage would you see platinum, even palladium for that matter, taking in?
So I'll be honest, palladium is not for the faint-hearted. It's been extremely volatile.
Yeah.
When Russia and Ukraine happened, palladium, which is largely mined in Russia produces like 40% of the world's palladium, and prices shot up to about $3,400 an ounce. And we're currently trading at 1,100-ish. So it's come off a long way. And even the future for palladium demand seems not so bright. So I think palladium is for punters, but for investors, platinum is probably a good bet. As far as percentage allocation, there's a lot of people out there who recommend anywhere between 5 to 15% of precious metals in their portfolio. Figuring gold and silver, of course, take a big portion of that. But even 3 or 4% in platinum, I think would be a good diversification.
Okay. So Gautam, with the markets are opening up and so many choices right now to start investing into, what would you say is the target audience right now, and how are you looking to evolve this project or product going forward?
Right. So currently retail, of course, retail investors is one where it can be bought through our app, but also B2B customers, right? So this is a big one where where you have the HNIs and the family offices that we speak to. They don't want to let go of the GST credit. So because if you're doing a large ticket, 10 crore or 20 crore transaction, it really adds up to 3%. So we're the only platform in the country currently offering services where the customer can avail of the credit, and we give the credit GST back when they sell it back to us or when they decide to get out.
All right. Gautam, thank you so much for joining us. So clearly one of its kind when it comes to precious metals in sense of an SIP, and a great time to launch it as well. This is festival time, and there are a lot of ways that people are looking forward to spend or buy in case of precious metals, and that is yet another avenue open for you right now.